Well, girls and boys, I wanted to welcome you back, and I wanted to go over some of the things that we talked about yesterday. We read this poem, A Giraffe and a Half by Charles Silverstein. We also talked about how artists are often inspired by books to create. And this past week and a half, we've been focusing a lot on literacy because of our Leap into Literacy Week. We also yesterday talked about measurement, and I thought this would be a really cool thing to tie in with our measurement that we're doing in the classroom too, the regular classroom. So let's have a look at the poem. If you had a giraffe and he stretched another half. So what I want you to do with your drawings right now is I want you to utilize the space of your page, and I want you to draw a giraffe. Just in pencil, nice and lightly, because we're going to have to add to it and we're going to have to subtract to it. Just remember, we're doing a bit of math in here and a bit of measurement. So let's have a look. Now, if you remember yesterday, girls and boys, we also talked about measurements. We talked about how we can measure heights, how we can measure width, how wide something is. We can also measure volume. Remember when we put the water in the jug and you can measure how much water you've got in the jug? We also talked about measuring rainfall. So we're talking a lot about measurement. We also talked about how in other countries we use a system of measurement called the metric system. Remember that? Well, your measuring tape, remember, is in centimeters. So let's have a look at this giraffe and a half. So we're going to measure, if you can look this way, you're going to measure from your bottom of your giraffe to the tip of his nose. Oopsie daisy. Make sure that we get it the right way around, right? So how many centimeters do you think we've got here? 34. So now remember what the poem said. A giraffe and a half. So we've got to think of what do we need to do with this. If it's 34, we need to think of half of 34. We can put our tape measure here. And what do you think it is?
17.
It's 17. So now your measurement might be a little bit different, girls and boys, and I have to come around and we have to check and work this together. So now you're going to stretch your giraffe to another, how many?
Half.
Another half. So to another, what was yours?
17 inches.
Not inches, what? Centimeters, that's right. So now, watch this, mate. We're going to pop a little line up there. So we're going to stretch you're going to have to erase a little bit of that. And we're going to stretch your giraffe up here so it's a giraffe and a half. That's right. So what about yours? Show me how you can measure your giraffe. Where's your tape measure, mate? That's what I did. I had it upside down too. There you go. So how long do you think your giraffe is? Let's have a look. How long do you think it is?
16.
Right. Do you know what half of 16 is? I'll tell you a way that you can do it. That's right. So you're going to add 8 onto your tip of your nose. So mark down 8. Might be another line might be, what does this one say?
If you dressed him in a suit and he looked very cute.
Oh, I think you'd have lots of fun with that one. So let's see your giraffe in a suit looking very cute, looking very dapper. Sadiq, we haven't measured yours. Pardon? Or the flute, you can go cutie toot cute. Yep. Awesome. Sadiq, that looks great. You've done a marvellous job there. And you've got great shapes in here. We've talked a lot about shapes lately, girls and boys, and connecting shapes. Wow, Sadiq, you've done a great job there. Lovely. Tell me about this one. Chair in his hair, chair combing his hair. Can you imagine having a chair combing your hair? I don't think that would be very comfortable, would it? Or a rat in a hat? I don't think I'd like that, would you? Or actually, do you know? Second, remember we've been talking a lot about Giraffe and a Half by Shel Silverstein, and we also read the poem and we looked at all the beautiful lines that he used to illustrate his giraffe and a half and all those wonderful things that were placed and connected to the giraffe and a half. Last time when you were in here, girls and boys, we drew out our giraffe and then we measured how much that giraffe was, correct? And then we added on a half. So now in front of you, Sadiq, you have, and you too, Kira, you have your, what, how much is this? Giraffe and a half. So what we're going to do today to finish off our giraffe and a half project, we're actually going to measure from the bottom of your giraffe to the tip of his nose, and we're going to see how much your giraffe and a half measures. We were using what type of measurement last time? What were these?
Centimeters.
Centimeters, right? So this is 1 centimeter, 2 centimeters, 3 centimeters. So you're going to measure centimeters. We've been talking a lot about measurement, right? So you're going to measure the bottom of your giraffe to the tip of his nose, and then, girls and boys, we're going to find out how long your giraffe and a half is. And I've written this out on my sentence strip, but I'm going to have you write this out. Can you read this for me?
My giraffe and a half measures 20 centimeters.
20 centimeters. And I was just going to ask you, Sadiq, and you're very good, because it says cm here, and that stands for centimeters. All right? So after you measure it, I'm going to give you a sentence strip, and then you're going to write what your, how many centimeters your giraffe and a half is. All right? Okay, so let's see what we can do. So can you measure let me see you measure your giraffe and a half today, because you've done such a great job.
Yeah.
Which bit do you like about your giraffe and a half?
I like it when you put the rose on the top of his nose.
The rose on top of you, you've done a great job on your rose and a nose. So let's see. Oh, wow. Top here. How many centimeters is that?